If you're looking for game goal in FIFA, Madden, NBA, NHL, and even Grand Theft Auto, and many, many more, go to mmorog.com and use the code TVMReviews to get yourself a fat discount at the checkout. The link can be found down in the description. Go check them out. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to the Super 6 predictions for the weekend. We're going to take a quick look at the fantasy football as well, because I've made one transfer. Not that it's a massive one, but there is a little bit to talk about there. So we've got Sunderland away to Aston Villa in the first game. All 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday. Liverpool being in one of them as well, which I'm really grateful for on a Saturday afternoon. It hasn't happened yet this season. But anyway, Sunderland. I can't really see much between these two teams. Villa struggling to score goals. Sunderland struggling to score goals. Sunderland conceding a lot of goals. However, against Swansea they did do well. So I'm going to go with a 1-1. I think Sunderland need the victory more than Villa do, because I think Villa are a better side than Sunderland. At the moment, at least. So I think if Sunderland are going to get 3 points on the board this season, it's going to be against Villa. However, I can't see anything past a 1-1. Both sides struggling to score goals. It's one of those games that could end up 0-0, 1-0, 2-1. No more than that. I think that any more than 3 goals in the game would be... I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to go with a 1-1 there. I think that's a justified result. Bournemouth against Leicester. This is an interesting one. A lot of people would say, well, Leicester are going to walk away with it, aren't they? They're on the run of form of their lives. They're top of the league. A lot of people are actually saying that they've got such a good side that they could maintain this decent run of form for a long time and then maybe even finish in and around mid-table to even upper mid-table. But I think Bournemouth are going to nick this one, 2-1. Bournemouth are actually going to go in this with... They're going to be underdogs. I think Leicester will be favourites. But Bournemouth have played well this season. They've scored 4 goals away from home at West Ham. That is a difficult thing to do, but they did it. They should have beaten Liverpool. But unfortunately, the linesman, well, I say unfortunately for Bournemouth fans at least, the linesman doesn't know what he's doing, and the game obviously finished in Liverpool's favour. However, I think Bournemouth are going to do it against Leicester. 2-1. Wilson on the score sheet, 2-1, and hopefully we're going to get Albrighton on the score sheet as well. And then we've got Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Chelsea being the home side. Chelsea really do need to pick up their form, and I think that they're going to start doing it against Crystal Palace. I think 3-1 to Chelsea. Maybe a Pedro goal and a couple of Costa goals. Maybe even Eden Hazard on the score sheet as well. Crystal Palace, though, I do think that they will either score first or at one point it will be 1-1. I think Palace are going to have a good account of themselves, but then just get muscled out of it toward the end of the game. Hopefully, Cabaye either with an assist or a goal. And then Liverpool-West Ham. Don't like predicting Liverpool games at all. I really wish I could avoid doing it, but I'm going to go with a Liverpool 2-1 win. I know. A lot of West Ham fans are going to say, no, I don't think so. You've been lucky all season. You've played 3 games. You've kept 3 clean sheets. You shouldn't have kept any clean sheets in any of those games except maybe against Stoke. But I think we're going to come out of this on top. West Ham shipped 4 to Bournemouth, so Liverpool surely are going to be able to put 2 past them. Coutinho, Benteke, etc. up front. We've got the firepower. It's just a case of finding the net. But I think West Ham are going to ruin Liverpool's clean sheet season, and they're going to get a goal. And I think it might be Payet. Man City, Watford. Man City put 3 past West Brom, of course, and I think they're going to do the same against Watford. I can't really see Watford doing an awful lot of damage against Man City. 3-0, hopefully a Sergio Aguero hat-trick, maybe even 3 Kolarov assists, who knows. And then Stoke, West Brom. West Brom struggling for goals this season. Even though they've got Rondon, in my opinion, they still lack firepower, and I don't think they're going to get on the score sheet. And I think Stoke have got an awful lot in their locker these days. 2-0 for Stoke. I don't know. I'm thinking Shaqiri this week. I'm thinking a Shaqiri goal. You know, I think they might just pull that off. But 2-0 Stoke either way. Those are my Super 6 predictions. I've gone with an 8th minute goal in one of these games. Not that it really counts for anything, apart from if I get all 6 predictions correct. It'll count for the decider on who wins the money, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. But there we are. So, fantasy football looks a little something like this. Checking goal. Kolarov, Darmian, Ivanovic in the defence. Cabaye, Barkley, Milner, Sanchez across the midfield. Gomes, Lukaku and Aguero up front. Aguero is my captain this week, and he plays Watford. So if anyone's going to get a lot of goals this weekend, it has to be Sergio Aguero, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I think so. We've also played a bench boost. What that means is every single player on my bench will accumulate points for this game week. The reason I've done that is because I've got 2 Leicester players on the bench. One of them being Mark Schwarzer, who I don't think will play, obviously because their goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel will obviously be number 1. But I do have Mark Albrighton, who obviously used to play for Aston Villa, but now is with Leicester and plays Bournemouth. So if Mark Albrighton is going to continue his run of form, you would have thought a good chance to do that would be against Bournemouth. And then we have Baker of Aston Villa, and again, they play Sunderland. So if Baker does play, you think if he's ever going to get a clean sheet for Villa, it will be against Sunderland, even though I've done it as a 1-1. And then Gamboa, the West Brom right back. They're against Stoke. Again, I doubt that he'll play, because I don't think he's played at all this season. But if he does play, you would have thought he'd have a decent game against Stoke, but we'll see exactly how that works. The reason I use the bench boost is because they're playing, all 3 of those clubs are playing teams in and around their level or lower. And I think that, you know, if I'm ever going to play it, it has to be now, really. I mean, I probably could have waited till I had better players on the bench, but I've gone with it now for the bench boost. We managed to get ourselves 53 points, I think it was, last week. We moved up in every single division that we were in. We're now 201st in the Sheep Conference South, which is my league. Still not too late to join the Super 6 or the Fantasy Football. You will be behind on everything, but it is free, and there's no harm in it, really. I mean, let's be honest, I've not got that many points anyway, so you can still catch me. I've got less than 100, so go for it. Links and all the information can be found down in the description. If we're going to talk very quickly about the rest of the Saturday's fixtures, Newcastle Arsenal's an early Saturday kickoff. Arsenal for that result there, I think I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. And then we move all the way down to Everton Spurs 5:30 kickoff. Going to go with a draw there, 1-1. Romelu Lukaku on the score sheet. Southampton Norwich. Southampton not having a good season, if you ask me. And again, I'm going to go with a draw, 1-1. And then Manchester United against Swansea, Sunday afternoon. Swansea have got a good side, and I like Swansea. However, I think Manchester United, especially with the way that they played in midweek, albeit against Club Brugge, I think that they're going to get. The result there. I'm thinking 2 or 3 goals for Manchester United there. That's it. That's actually going to do it for today's episode. Let me know in the comments section down below if you've made any transfers this week. Of course, you can make 1 free transfer a week, or if you've used your wild card, let me know who you took out and who you brought in and how you did last week as well. Hopefully, I can kick on now, especially with Aguero playing Watford. I'm really putting all my stock in that. Hopefully, we can kick on and get quite a few points on the board, start challenging at the top of the Sheep Conference South. But anyway, if you've enjoyed it, lads, do me a favour and smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have done so. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until the next time, goodbye. Get Ballistic Sport DDR4 RAM from Crucial, ideal for any high-end gaming and editing build from ebuyer.com. Next day delivery available, link in the description. Go check them out.